It's Monday, the 10th day of November 2025. It's that time when I say good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, Fiji, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today. It's another good day to have a good day in a good way. It's Monday. Yes, it is. It is Monday. How was the weekend? Hope you had a great weekend and that you're ready to face the challenges of this brand new day and this brand new work week. Yeah. Let your soul cry out. Cry out. Yeah.
Who confess their sins, believe and accept you as saving Lord. So Father, let your word convict every unsaved heart.
As we say good morning to you, Jillian McIntyre, Eulyn Alexander, Mildred Smith. Good morning to all. Those of you out there in the diaspora, good morning. Miss Wells, good morning to you. Good morning to your mom, Miss Maris. How are you doing? Hope the entire family is doing fine. Yeah. 24 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That is our time. Let's get to my usual stuff on Mondays. Well, not on Mondays, every morning. It's Monday, so Heavenly Father, we come before you to magnify your holy name. You've been so good, so merciful, and it's a blessing just to be alive this morning. Thank you for a brand new week. You are worthy of it all. Have your way in our lives today. We ask that you forgive all our sins, known and unknown. Thank you so much for your Son and our Savior who died to set us free. We thank you for all you've done for us and continue to do. If not for your grace and mercy, where would we be? We pray for healing, financial blessings, and divine protection. In Jesus' name. Amen, amen, and amen. Monday blessings. Good morning. Wish you peace, a peaceful Monday. May the week ahead overflow with God blessings and love. Remember, even small acts done with great love can make a big difference. Have a blessed Monday, and God bless you. Thank you, Rev. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Cry out, my soul cry out with fear. My soul cry out, my soul.
Saying good morning to Petlin. Good morning to you. Hey, she got my firing. That's good.
Cry out.
Veronica Sandy, good morning. All right. Okay, so I have some news that I want to share with you here, right? Let me see how best I can amplify this. Now, there is a vacancy for excavator operators, a wheel loader operator, a mobile crane operator, and this is so small, Joseph. This is so small. Let me try it here. Okay, tell you what, I'm going to give you that information subsequently because reading it out of this WhatsApp there, it's almost impossible. 22 minutes on to 7 o'clock. The word of the day today.
Like you swimming against the tides.
It's a wonderful word.
Any problem?
It's serendipity.
So few, so
Serendipity. Serendipity.
or being betrayed.
Serendipity. Good morning, Nixon Phillip. How are you doing, bro? You and the family?
Those are the twists and the turns.
Yeah, remember Nixon had a tour company, Serendipity Tours.
You're not alone.
And he would tell me Guten Morgen.
Life is easy
He's fluent in German.
and it's no fairy tale.
Serendipity, it means the occurrence of happy chance events.
You're not alone.
The occurrence of happy chance events. And here's how we can use that word in a sentence.
Blue sky,
The lost book was pure serendipity.
and gray.
Finding the lost book was pure serendipity. Whatever you're going through this morning, remember, you are definitely not alone. Life life has got its ups and downs, and you're not special in that. Thinking that, oh, it's, I alone going through these things. No. Everybody's got their thing. All right? Everybody's got their bit going on. So don't feel too special with the problems that you're faced. Everybody's got something going through. Sometimes it's very easy to feel and to believe that, oh, I am one man against the world. No, there are so many people fighting their own battles in their own ways. Michelle Bernard, good morning to you. Yoland Swan, good morning. Yeah. Oh, the motivational tip of the day is up next. Good morning, Sherry and Nichols and family. It's 20 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Walande Kwat, good morning. He said, pleasant morning, Mr. Joseph, with the listening public. Stay safe. Thank you. Same to you. Nadisha, good morning to you. Good morning to the Sandersons. Esther and her son out there in Pomerose. The folks up at Mount Agnes, good morning, good morning, good morning. Visualize success. Now spend a few moments imagining your goals as if you've already achieved them. This reinforces motivation and builds confidence. Let me reiterate this. Spend a few moments imagining your goals as if you've already achieved them. This reinforces motivation and builds confidence. Yes. Visualize success. See yourself winning. It might not happen at the time that you're expecting it to happen or the time that you want it to happen. But if you persevere long enough, believe you me when I tell you, it will happen. But guess what? Some folks get frustrated because it doesn't happen in their timing. But this life is not about your timing. God's timing. It says many are the plans of men, but it's the master's purposes that get fulfilled. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, you got to look at it that way, right? And right, I've got this here. Okay, it says, let me try to get it right. Okay, vacancy for excavator operator, wheel loader operator, a mobile crane operator, an articulated truck operator is needed for up the island. Applicants need to have a copy of their passport, a police record, original birth certificate, and a reference letter. Interested applicants can contact this number. It's 1-473-422-5353. All right, so they're looking for excavator operator, a wheel loader operator, a mobile crane operator, an articulated truck operator. Requirements: all you need is a copy of your passport, a police record, original birth certificate, and a reference letter. Again, you can call 422-5353. Yeah, that's good news. Yeah, I wish I could have operated these things on them. I would have been a goner. Yeah, I would have left. Yeah.
Sometimes
17 minutes on to 7 o'clock. What is buzzing this morning? All right, well, 6 statutory bodies now receive pension benefits. That's good news, yep. A care packages sent to Grenadian students in Cuba. In the region, CELAC EU summit opens in Colombia amid tensions over U.S. strikes on drug-suspected vessels. Internationally, BBC chief resigns over Trump documentary edits. And in sports, Grenada under 20 football team drawn in CONCACAF qualifiers. Those are the buzzing stories. We've got the details coming up in just a wee bit. Don't you go anywhere. Mary E. Banks, good morning to you. All right, the folks up in Mount Craven, thanks for letting us know. I will notify our technicians that you've been out of service with us from Friday. We will work assiduously to get that resolved. Trust me on that. All right, I know our team, they will go the extra mile to make sure that we have the service restored. Erlin, all the way out in the U.S. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. All right, and good morning, my bro Cecil Cadet and family. Hope you all are doing fine. Good morning to the family of Theobald Ventu out there in Birch Grove, Akeda and Ambika and everybody. My deepest condolences go to you. I know the community of Birch Grove will be very supportive.
You're not alone.
Reverend Godric Pierre and family, good morning to you. Hope you all are doing fine. Just cross the road and say good morning to Mr. Mike Noel, the banana man. Good morning, Mike. You and the family, good morning.
On this highway.
Folks, it's time for the AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather. They come up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
But when the challenge calls,
For when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sun Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Monday, 10th November 2025. Coming up in the news, 6 statutory bodies now receive pension benefits. Care packages sent to Grenadian students in Cuba. In the region, CELAC EU Summit opens in Colombia amid tensions over U.S. strikes on suspected drug vessels. Internationally, BBC chief resigns over Trump documentary edits. And in sports, Grenada under-20 football team drawn in CONCACAF qualifiers. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
James. Yes, ma. You didn't know Quad Bank doing e-banking, no? Yes, but they're doing that for quite a while. Boy, and they think could do plenty. I know. Let me tell you, I stay right here in the house, eh? I go up on the phone and I pay all my bills. And watch, I check in my accounts on them 24/7. Monday to Monday. But watch, when you hear your mother speaking, have some manners and wait. And as I was saying, the thing good, you know, you could send and receive money. You sure? But yes, the thing. Well, send some money, let me see. Yeah, steady and wait. Right there it was the.
Miss Cynthia is up to the time with Corp Bank's e-banking platform. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home.
A good Monday morning, everyone, from studios on Observatory Road in the nation's capital. For this Monday morning news, reporting, I am Gordon Joseph. 6 additional government statutory bodies will now receive pension entitlements for employees retiring from the public service. The bodies include the Grenada Cultural Foundation, Grenada National Stadium Authority, Planning and Development Authority, the T.A. Marisho Community College, Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, and the National Training Agency. Now, this follows the passage of the Public Sector Employees Pension Fund Validation and Indemnification Bill 2025, and that was passed in the Senate on Thursday. We have more in this.
That pension is a very important instrument in the development of our society. Pension, Madam President, gives us some social protection and income security. And if pension is not there, Madam President, somebody will have to take on the responsibility. And hence the reason why we can relate the previous bill that was passed to the pension. And if every structure in our society is organized in that manner, I'm sure the social programs that we have in the service in our Grenadian society today will surely be significantly reduced.
The bill was one of 5 passed in the upper house alongside legislation on marriage, the status of children, sustainable land management, and the Eastern Caribbean Citizenship by Investment Regulatory Authority Agreement. Government says these measures reaffirm its commitment to securing the future of public service employees and strengthening social protection across the nation. A shipment of care items, including food supplies, has departed St. George's for Grenadian students studying in Cuba. Yvonne Richard Schoon of the Ministry of Education says the initiative is part of ongoing efforts to support nationals pursuing studies abroad. We have more in this.
We have been doing this for the past few years, where we ask parents, guardians, and other well-wishers to contribute to our students who are there in Cuba. As we know, the situation is not what we would like it to be. So in an effort to assist our students and to help alleviate some of the hardships that they may encounter, we came up with this initiative along with the Ambassador Glenn Noel from Cuba, and some of our friendly donors here on island. So this year I'm happy to report that we have quite a number of items, and today we'll be packing a 20-foot container that will leave Port St. George and proceed on to Cuba. We hope that all things remaining equal, that our students will be able to receive them soon, at least that they will have a very Merry Christmas.
She added that all 34 Grenadian students in Cuba are safe following Hurricane Melissa, and 6 Grenadian doctors in San Diego de Cuba are providing humanitarian assistance to affected communities. 10 outstanding projects will be showcased at the 2025 National Science Fair on Wednesday, November 12th at the Grenada Trade Center. The theme is Resilience in a Changing World, Adapting STEM Solutions to Climate Change and Disaster Management. Marion Gis, head of the G-Cruise project, says the fair is inspiring students to explore new career paths. We have more in this.
What is potentially very inspiring for me to see is that besides the traditional careers we know, like lawyers, medicine, farmers, hairdressers, people working hospitalities and so on, people now are inspired through these topics and the discussion around the projects of the district science fairs, of the national scientists, the engagement with the different teams, that there are other more innovative career paths, new career paths, like becoming a mechanic for electric vehicles or working on installing renewable energy, sustainable cooling, working with sargassum as actually an enterprise. So these are inspiring ways to spark a little interest in young children, older children, and some of them already now out pursuing their studies, their career being at TAMCC.
The fair features 7 categories, including energy, robotics, climate resilient infrastructure, and green skills. Judging will be on Tuesday, November 11th, with public viewing on Wednesday from 9 a.m. to noon. Trophies and prizes will reward excellence in innovation, presentation, oration, futuristic potential, and the People's Choice Award. And finally, the nation this evening will be updated on NAWASA's major Southern St. George water supply expansion project. The Beyond the Headlines program starts at 8:30 p.m. with Colin Dow as host. Guests include Nigel John, Project Coordinator UK SIF, Wim Cox, a Planning and Development Manager, and Ronald Lane, Senior Project Engineer. The project, funded by the UK Caribbean Infrastructure Partnership Fund and managed by the Caribbean Development Bank, aims to improve water and wastewater systems in southern St. George. That's the local news. Stay with us. The regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather, they're straight ahead. In the region, leaders from Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean opened a 2-day CELAC EU summit in Santa Marta, Colombia on Sunday to strengthen ties in energy, food security, and technology. The talks come amid tensions over U.S. military strikes on suspected drug boats, which have killed more than 60 people since September. Colombian President Gustavo Petro condemned the deaths as extrajudicial executions, urging the summit to be a beacon of light amidst the barbarity. The meeting's impact is uncertain, with top EU figures like Ursula von der Leyen and Frederick Merz absent due to a UN climate summit, though Spain's Pedro Sanchez and Brazil's Lula da Silva are attending. Trinidad and Tobago's blood shortage crisis has drawn renewed attention after 25-year-old medical student Alexandra Kong died days after her family appealed for blood. Health Minister Dr. Lakram Bodo said the government is expanding voluntary blood donation campaigns and community drives to stabilize supply, while NWRHO or HA, the CEO Anthony Blake, stressed the need for national participation. Kong's death also exposed systemic healthcare gaps, including misdiagnosis, delayed treatment, and limited blood availability. A blood drive organized for her came too late. Advocates call for urgent reforms and stronger public awareness. Natalie George Sabga of this John E. Sabga Foundation said, "We cannot keep losing young lives. Blood donation must become a national priority." Now, looking further afield, BBC Director General Tim Davie and CEO of News Deborah Turness have resigned over a U.S. President Donald Trump's documentary edit. We have more from Noor Najiz as he represents the BBC.
Both Tim Davie, but also as I say, in the last few minutes. Now, in a statement, the BBC chairman, Samir Shah, said this is a sad day for the BBC. He said Tim has been an outstanding Director General for the last 5 years. He has propelled the BBC forward with determination, single-mindedness and foresight. He also said that he has the full support of me and the board throughout. But he said that he understands the continued pressure on him, both personally and professionally, has led him to take this decision today. He said the whole board respects that decision and the reasons for it. Now, we've also had statements from Tim Davie and from Deborah Turness as well. This afternoon, Tim Davie sent the following note to staff. He said, "I wanted to let you know that I've decided to leave the BBC. He's been here for 20 years. He said this is entirely my decision and that he remains very thankful to the chair and to the board for their unswerving support throughout his tenure, including in the last few days."
And finally, Israel has received the body of Lieutenant Hadar Golden, a soldier killed in an ambush by Hamas in 2014 and whose body has been held in Gaza since then. CNN News has the details.
For more than a decade, Israeli soldier Lieutenant Hadar Golden's remains have been held in Gaza. Golden was killed in the final days of the 2014 Israel-Hamas war. His family held a funeral for him back in 2014, but they never stopped fighting to bring his remains back to Israel. It took 11 years, but his remains were returned on Sunday afternoon. Hamas transferred the remains to the Red Cross and then on to Israel, and a few hours after the remains crossed into Israel, it was confirmed that it was indeed Lieutenant Hadar Golden. His father issued a televised statement outside their home in Kfar Saba on Sunday evening in which he said, "We brought Lieutenant Hadar Golden, our son, a fighter, to be buried in Israel. We achieved this because our soldiers fought to bring warriors back from the battlefield." This was the 5th such transfer of deceased hostages in about the last week, and it is a crucial part of the first phase of the U.S. brokered ceasefire deal. It's the last part that's still ongoing here, as there are now 4 deceased hostages who remain in Gaza.
And that's the regional and international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Well, good morning, sporting fans. The Grenada National Under-20 football team has been drawn in Group A of the CONCACAF Under-20 qualifiers, the initial stage of the pathway to the 2026 CONCACAF Under-20 Championship, which is scheduled to take place from February 23rd to March 4th, 2026. Grenada's opponents in Group A include El Salvador, Suriname, Belize, St. Martin, French Guyana. The top performing nations from these qualifiers will advance to the final CONCACAF Under-20 Championship later in 2026. In Formula One, Lewis Hamilton called his 2025 season a nightmare after retiring from the Sao Paulo Grand Prix on lap 37. The seven-time champion tangled with teammates Carlos Sainz and Franco Colapinto, suffering a broken front wing floor damage and a 5-second penalty. Charles Leclerc was also out early in a crash, leaving both Ferrari cars retired before half distance. Lando Norris led from start to finish to secure another dominant McLaren victory. And in case you missed it, well, the 4th T20 International again between West Indies and New Zealand, well, that was rained out yesterday, so all hopes will be on West Indies winning the final of the 5. New Zealand lead at the moment 2-1. And we look forward to that game. I think it's on Thursday. All right, but that's all the sports we've got at this time. We'll have more sports during our luncheon newscast and subsequently in our primetime newscast later this evening. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
this year. Make colorful Christmas memories with Berger. Get 30% off select 1 and 5 gallon purchases. Each purchase over $300 gives you a chance to win one of 3 cash prizes every month. October $2,000, November $3,000, December $5,000. Drop your entries in the specially marked boxes in store and enter as many times as you like. Promotion ends December 20th. Berger Paints for lasting beauty and protection.
Latest weather forecast. We join forecaster Vondi Cyrus at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good Monday morning to you, Vondi.
Good morning to you and to your listeners. Here is the weather for today, Monday, 10th November 2025. It is a fair morning here at the MBIA. Winds are from the east at 14 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1013.1 millibars. That is slightly below normal and rising. The present temperature is 28.1 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is 77%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 31.3 degrees Celsius. Last night's minimum temperature was 27.3 degrees Celsius. There was a trace of rainfall recorded here at the MBIA over the last 24 hours. Hence, the total for the month remains at 13.8 millimeters. Now look at the public weather forecast valid for today and tonight for the state of Grenada. The weather is expected to be generally fair, breezy, and slightly hazy, with occasional cloudiness and possible brief light showers. Today's maximum temperature can be around 31.5 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 40 to 24 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate to rough with waves 6 to 8 feet in easterly swells. A marine advisory remains in effect. Tides are currently high, will be low at 12 p.m. and high again at 7 p.m. Sunset today 5:39, sunrise tomorrow 6:03. Just a recap of the public weather forecast valid for today and tonight for the state of Grenada. The weather is expected to be generally fair, breezy, and slightly hazy, with occasional cloudiness and possible brief light showers. From the Met Services, this is Vondi Cyrus. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Vondi. Have a great day yourself. Folks, the weather forecast came to you the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
It's 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. Locally, 6 statutory bodies now receive pension benefits. Care packages sent to Grenadian students in Cuba. In the region, CELAC EU summit opens in Colombia amid tensions over U.S. strikes on suspected drug vessels. Internationally, BBC chief resigns over Trump documentary edits. And in sports, Grenada under-20 football team drawn in CONCACAF qualifiers. They've been drawn in Group A. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Monday, the 10th day of November, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. The traffic report comes up shortly.
Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before. New home, fresh start, make moves and play it smart. Expand, invest or renew. ACB's right there with you. With ACB Home Advantage Mortgages, you get up to 100% financing, reduced fees, and a $100,000 unsecured credit card. Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before with ACB.
Terms and conditions apply.
Get ready, Grenada. The Grenadian General Insurance Half Marathon and 10K Road Race is on. Sunday, November 16th. The Half Marathon kicks off at Corinth Junction, St. David's, and the 10K from Wyman's House, Woodlands, with both culminating at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Monetary prizes await the top 10 finishers in the Half Marathon and the top 5 in the 10K, the oldest finisher, and even the school, club, or organization with the most participants. Transportation will be provided. The 10K race is open to all under 15 years. Join us as Grenadian General Insurance celebrates 35 years, protecting what matters and powering our champions.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Southern Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Songs of Hope and Glory, a diocesan choir festival. Join us as we celebrate this Jubilee year with beautiful songs and uplifting performances on November 30th, 4 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Tickets cost adults $20, children $10. Tickets are available at your local churches and on gotofect.com. Let's come together to celebrate with our choirs and rejoice in the spirit of hope and glory. November 30th, 4 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. See you there.
Grenada. Exciting news. Oasis Pet and Garden has expanded. In addition to our existing location, we're now open at our new location, Melville Street, St. George's, now serving you at 2 locations for even more convenience.
At Oasis Pet and Garden, we bring you the best products at the best prices nationwide. Check out our garden department for the best quality Pro Mix potting soil, vegetable seeds, and seedling trays, cocoa peat, liquid fertilizer, granular fertilizers, and more. Our livestock and livestock products are the highest quality and the best prices in Grenada.
All right, folks, it's now 13 minutes after 7 o'clock, and at this time I'm happy to join Corporal Troy Paul from the Traffic Department for this Monday morning's traffic report. Good morning, Corporal Paul.
A pleasant morning to you and all to your listeners this morning, and it's always a pleasure as we bring the traffic update to persons who are there waiting to hear where to pass and where not to and what to expect on the morning time. And this morning it is Monday morning, and I just want to start with a notice, which we have a late notice as it relates to road closure from Montoot, which would have been disseminated since Friday, but we had some difficulty in getting it out due to a lot of reasons, but we're here so persons can know, and it starts as early as today, as 8 o'clock. The Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force hereby notifies the general public, particularly motorists, of the temporary one-way traffic arrangement along the Montoot Public Road from Monday, 10th November 2025, between the hours of 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. daily. This temporary arrangement is to reduce the congestion presently experienced along the said road. As a result, the following traffic arrangement will be implemented. No entry. No vehicles will be allowed to travel along the Montoot Public Road in the northerly direction from the intersection with the Sugar Mill Roundabout, which we refer to as Saigon, between the hours of 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. daily. No vehicles will be allowed to travel along the Montoot Public Road in the southerly direction from its intersection with the Center Road close to the Montessori School between the hours of 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. daily. And finally, no vehicles will be allowed to travel along the Montoot Public Road from its intersection with the Mount Hartman Public Road between the hours of 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Note 12, access to the Montoot will be as follows. From the Food Fair traffic lights between the hours of 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and from the Sugar Mill Saigon Hill intersection from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. All other traffic arrangements remain the same. The Royal Grenada Police Force, by extension the Traffic Department, do apologize for the late notice of this information and any inconvenience caused to motorists at this time. So as of now, most of the roads, especially the Montoot Public Road, will be closed from its intersection with Saigon from 9 a.m. to 7 a.m. So drivers, motorists, please take note of that. And as we move on to the accident state, we had a total of 5 minor accidents for the past 24 hours. 5 minor accidents for the past 24 hours. And it is not bad, so we just want to continue to implore drivers to continue to drive safely along the nation's road. And as we dive into the traffic update in the morning time, we're already onto the Lucas Street, Marasil roundabout area, and we're already seeing a heavy movement of traffic flowing, especially from the St. Paul's direction. And we have a moderate flowing from the Louters Lane, Marasil, and those areas there. So if you take a closer look at the St. Paul's Public Road, here we see bumper-to-bumper traffic flowing along that road there. So persons, if you're coming from that area, please be mindful that you need to take the traffic diversion as soon as possible, or try to leave home earlier to get to work on time. As we head down onto the Lucas Street, it is moderately flowing, lightly at the moment, but it's moderately flowing. So you're seeing here we have no unnecessary obstruction, no accidents at the time along either of the roads as we go down, and we see here where we're taking a look at the western side. So we seeing here that Lucas Street is doing fairly okay as it relates to traffic, moderate. As we get closer down, we see that it starts getting heavier, so then we start accommodating traffic coming out from most of its intersections and so on, such as the Woolwich Road and the Old Fort Public Road. So Old Fort is light to moderate traffic as well. And as of most of the areas, with the exception of the St. Paul's Public Road, vehicles coming from that direction. So as we take a look, Cemetery Hill, the traffic there is also moderately flowing nicely, not heavy. And as we head on over to the traffic coming out from the western direction, and we're still seeing here that it is not heavy, it is moderately flowing as well, which we expect most of these traffic to get heavier as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour. So we had a look at most of the areas. So we'll take a look at the traffic flowing from the Grenada 10th direction. After we had have a look at the traffic from the western direction. So we're seeing here the traffic from the western direction is light to moderate as well in most of the reported areas. And we head over to that area, and we're seeing here now that it is flowing moderately in the River Road direction, not heavy as well. So most of the areas, but we're seeing a little bit more coming out from the Grenada 10th direction, that is Bolio, Mongay direction. So it's flowing moderate with a chance to get heavier. So it's movement, I've been seeing movement from both directions here. So it's definitely going to get heavy as we climax to the 8 o'clock hour. So we see that movement from that direction. So far, the areas that we see the heavy flowing potential is from the Calavini Public Road, the St. Paul's Public Road, and vehicles coming out from the Bolio direction. So these are the three areas that persons must pay particular attention to when leaving home, or if you're traveling in those directions, so that you will be prepared for what's to come. And if you have any traffic diversion, especially persons coming out from the St. Paul's Road, you can use the Manjalu Springs Depot Road as you head on down. But as we get, we're seeing here from the St. Paul's again, Public Road, it is flowing, and that traffic is getting heavier. And that roundabout seems to be one of the most popular, busiest roundabouts. Also with the Canteen roundabout as well, and Grandin Sugar Mill also have some traffic. And we're seeing some traffic along the Canteen Public Road as well. I'm not too sure, there's some obstruction there. I'm not too sure if there's an accident, but we're seeing there's a hole and build up in traffic in that area. It seems to be moving a little, trying to understand what is happening. So persons, if you're coming from that direction, there is a bit of obstruction in the Canteen area close to the opposite the Tam CC. That's where the playing ground, and that traffic is stagnant as well. So I'm not too sure if there's a rear end collision in that area, so please be mindful. But we had a look at most of the areas, and we saw that most of the areas traffic was flowing moderately, even Port Highway, moderate traffic, but with the exception of traffic coming from the Calavini Public Road, the St. Paul's, White Gun area, and also we see some heavy movement coming from the Bolio direction. So please take note as you travel to the town, or if you're traveling in that road to get out, or whatever means you head, or wherever you're heading to, please take note as you travel along that area. And we want persons to know that if you have not left home as yet, please do so to avoid that rush or those congestions in most of the areas. And we know as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour, most of the areas, the traffic will definitely get heavy. And we want persons to take note as well as to the traffic, the change of traffic this morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., no access from the Sidon area, and from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., no access from the Montessori school area. That portion of the Montu Public Road will be blocked off from 7 a.m. from the Saigon and 3 p.m. from the Monterey School direction towards the Saigon, the Sugar Mill direction. And also from the Manhattan Public Road will be blocked off from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So persons must take note as it relates to traveling along the Manhattan Public Road. If you do not know, you will not have access. So those who are here in the Sound of My Voice, please share the information with the others so that they can be aware of what is happening. And as we try to wrap up everything this morning, we want persons to continue to drive safely along the nation's road and let us drive to arrive alive. And the question we continue to ask every morning, and we're definitely going to ask it this morning, if you are texting,
then who is driving? Who is driving if you are texting? Corporal Paul, thank you very much for that comprehensive report this morning as always, and we look forward to another engagement tomorrow. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Folks, that has been the traffic report. It's now 24 minutes after 7 o'clock. We take a quick break. When we come back, we've got Ariza Moments with Josephine George.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always at Grenada, you come first. Save energy, save our time, we choose your wattage and we choose your time. When you use appliances, we show you buy energy efficient every time. Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always at Grenada, you come first. Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always at Grenada, you come first.
Welcome to Caribou, small in size, rich in spirit. As you step off the boat, you're greeted by smiling faces and warm island vibes. Your adventure begins here. Need a cozy place to stay? The Mermaid Beach Hotel has been a favorite for years. Waterfront views, clean comfort, and located in the town. In Bogles, the Roundhouse Cottages offers rustic charm with a touch of elegance. A peaceful hideaway surrounded by nature. Prefer something private? Dong Island Villas gives you space, sea breeze, and a home away from home feel. Wake up to the sound of waves and views that stretch for miles. We're ready to welcome you. When are you coming?
Grenada, get ready! GBN and the Ministry of Education presents Christmas Harmonies 1.0. The inaugural primary school choir singing competition. December 5th, 1 p.m. The Grenada Trade Center. 15 schools, magical voices, and fierce competition. Cheer for your favorites in categories like Overall Champion, Most Creative, Best Solo, and Best Group. Entrance, adults $10, children $5. Don't miss the holiday magic. Christmas Harmonies 1.0, where Grenada's brightest and youngest voices shine. Be there.
Folks, it's 29 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's Monday and it's Josephine's Day. Arise, as she likes to correct me. All right, let me just not go there this morning. Good morning, Josephine.
Good morning, Innocent. How are you?
I am doing fine given the circumstances, but I am alive, thankful, and...
That's the attitude.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good.
How was the weekend?
It was excellent. I am just thankful to be here.
How was church?
Yeah, church was wonderful.
Okay, lovely.
So, and let me say good morning to everybody in radio and TV land. Hi from Ariza.
Oh, yes.
Well, hello from me.
And hi from Ariza.
And hi from Ariza.
Lovely. We had Aurelian and I had a wonderful conversation on Wednesday. But this morning we want to piggyback onto something we spoke about previously.
Yeah.
And I like it. Ready, set, grow. Ready, set, not go, but grow.
Grow.
Tell us about this.
Well, to give a little background. Well, actually, let me put it into context here. I looked at the very energetic television ad for Christmas. Cheers.
Yes.
To you.
So, yeah,
right,
that's nice.
Cherry Christmas.
Yes, yes.
And here goes the offer of sparkle, twinkle, glow from 20,000 to 100,000. And I considered there's somebody sitting out there who says, but I can't access anything. I have no money. You know,
Yeah.
I can't even become a member. And you do have people who are in that situation. I was going to say dilemma, but it's not a dilemma. It is a situation. Life is real. Life happens.
Life is life.
Life is life.
Yes.
You have people who may not have been able to become members because, of course, and obviously I wouldn't say have an account. It's about membership because you're purchasing shares and you become a shareholder. So you're a member like the rest of us. But it's $500. And you may think, well, you're purchasing your shares. Yeah. And just to explain, the qualifying shares, because people think sometimes that they're different from your equity shares. Shares are shares.
Yes.
Q shares, qualifying shares, simply say that you have purchased the $500 worth of shares that qualify you to be a member.
To become a member.
So it's just our way of differentiating the two. But when it comes to dividend payments, you get dividends on all of them. So sometimes you just have to make that
distinction.
Yes, just clarify it so that everybody understands. Because some people wonder, would I get dividends on? Yes, you do. So we've had a series of campaigns where we always do, and sometimes you wonder, you have to think outside of the box and think about the person who is really cash strapped but would love to become a member, because we've seen that. So what we've done is, in some cases, you're able to start off with what was the $220 for the purchase of 10 shares. And then we can make an arrangement so that your salary is assigned to us, or even part thereof. And so we can make an arrangement over a 3-month period or so. Your rep will talk to you about that. And then you pay up that $500. So it's not as if it was just we just jumped from one to the other and threw you in there. But with the Ready, Set, Grow, what it does is it gives you a loan to start up.
Wow.
Yes. So $500 goes to your qualifying shares.
Okay.
$1,000 goes to your equity shares. The reason is that it is a loan.
Right.
And so the 1,000 does secure it.
Okay.
Then you have $3,500, which is actually the amount you get to spend.
So Ready, Set, Grow is $5,000.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But it's a loan that allows you to become a member. So if you're a member already,
I like this.
We're not so the 500 pays for your Q shares, as I said. The 1,000 secures your loan, because you must have 1,000 equity shares in order to qualify for a loan. But here's what we do, and we want you to be encouraged by this. We're going to advise you on what you do with the 3,005. We're not going to dictate to you what you do with it. It's your money. But how are you? Because you're going from having not even being able to qualify as a member, to become a member, to having $3,500 at your disposal. Now that might sound as chicken feed for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I love chicken feed.
It's a small amount for some people. It's peanuts for some people.
Yes.
But to the person who is cash strapped and did not have that money and now has $3,500, what do you do with it? So we're not encouraging you to splurge. We're not saying go have a ball for Christmas and then end up in a worse position. This is where financial literacy comes in.
Well, let me ask this. What are the prerequisites for getting that Ready, Set, Grow loan?
Well, they're basically the same as it would be for
job letter and everything like that.
Your same, your job letter, your IDs, your proof of address, yes? And steady employment is important, obviously, because this is still a loan. Yes? It's not, it's a loan.
Yeah, it's not a grant.
No.
Right.
But you have qualified persons who would walk you through this and ask the questions so that we can guide you as to how we think you can best use this money.
Okay, and is it just for the Christmas period?
No,
it would be extended.
It's not just for Christmas.
Okay,
yes,
it just
this is not just for Christmas. We launched it before, and so for Christmas you can find that people would like to access that.
That's good.
But we don't want you to put a band-aid on a gaping wound.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So sit with your rep so that we can advise you on how best you can make use of this.
That's I mean, I like that. I like that, and the fact that you can start even without your start.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
The credit union is giving you the start to become a member.
Precisely.
But it also gives you some disposable
a startup.
cash. Yeah,
so you can call it your startup fund.
Yeah.
So let's say, what if you're good at craft? I'm just saying, what if you do crochet well?
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably didn't have the material or the money to get the material. But it's Christmas time, and some people may want doilies or Christmas. A lady came by, a member came by the other day, and she had Christmas decorations made from crochet. I hadn't thought about that. But suppose this is your opportunity to get a startup fund.
That's your niche.
You see? To get a startup fund. So you're talented. There is something that you can invest in. Then why not invest in it?
Yeah. That's and it's a nice small start, and you can grow from there.
Yes.
It's a good platform.
And that's the whole idea.
Yeah.
So that's why it's ready, set, grow.
Yeah.
We don't want you to get into a rut.
Yeah, that's
where, like I say, you put a band-aid on a gaping wound and then you have a problem. So what we're going to ask for, consider it us caring, honesty, so that if you have other loans and so out there and you're struggling, we don't want you to struggle more, because remember, there's our Simplify loan where you can consolidate and all of that. We may be able to consider that kind of thing. So let us know what your circumstances are, so that we can give you the best advice possible.
Okay.
So that you leave us with a solution and not
a deeper
more of a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
that's Ready, Set, Grow, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I love this. All right. One question: Will Ariza be giving out cake to members for the Christmas?
In a sense, you will get your cake.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Gordon, you will get But that brings me to Tasty Tuesday.
Okay.
And on Tuesdays until Christmas, we are going to have different, whether it's supermarkets or business people, doing their due outside under the tent.
Right.
And it's great. It's Taste and See Tuesday. Right. So you get to sample and you get to purchase.
Okay. The reason why I asked, someone just asked, Mr. Innocent, make sure fruitcake is in the ready, set, grow.
Fruitcake is in our ready, set, grow. And fruitcake will be on offer. Okay. And Monday, I will tell you when.
Okay.
Yes?
Thank you.
So tomorrow it's Foodland's turn.
Okay. All right.
So we expect to have a ball. Last week it was Anders. It's good to have partners.
Yeah.
And Anders turned out with a whole lot of wonderful wines and things like that.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay.
So ready? Set?
Grow. Josephine, thanks as always for sharing with us. Bring back the love to the folks at Ariza.
I will.
And keep growing.
And share my love with the ones here.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. Folks, that's it for Ariza Moments this morning. Stay with us. We take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I've got a group of chartered accountants talking with us this morning. Don't you go anywhere.
Oh yes, I remember. Do you know that our school is taking part?
You're lying.
No, for real. Come, let me show you the best choir in competition.
Get ready! GBN and the Ministry of Education presents Christmas Harmonies 1.0. The inaugural primary school choir singing competition. December 5th, 1 p.m. The Grenada Trade Center. 15 schools, magical voices, and fierce competition. Cheer for your favorites in categories like Overall Champion, Most Creative, Best Solo, and Best Group. Entrance, adults $10, children $5. Don't miss the holiday magic. Christmas Harmonies 1.0, where Grenada's brightest and youngest voices shine. Be there.
This Christmas, GBN is lighting up Grenada. From November the 10th to December the 24th, your festive season starts right here with GBN's Christmas Catalog 2025. Start your mornings with Mid-Morning Magic. Weekdays 10 to 12, live fun, giveaways, and Christmas cheer every day. On Friday, December the 5th, the school's Christmas Challenge lights up the Trade Center. 15 schools, 1 trophy, and the voices filled with holiday joy. Then on Saturday, December the 20th, it's Christmas in Kamahan. Live music, food, shopping, toy giveaway, and the grand tree lighting ceremony. And on Monday, December the 22nd, join GBN's Caroling in the City, spreading Christmas cheer all through St. George's. Every Sunday from 5 to 7, enjoy Utah Sundays with classic Christmas tunes and prices galore. And from December the 1st, K105's Lights of Christmas. Guess that hidden cash and win. So Whether you're singing, shopping, or celebrating, do it with GBN. Connecting with you this Christmas. Our partners making it possible: Flow, Ace Hardware, Foodland Supermarket, Grenada Duty Free, Answer Coating, Banfields, and Koyaba Beach Resort. GBN's Christmas Catalog, connecting you this season.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. As I promised you, I've got some heavy rollers in the studio with me this morning. I've got three young men, and they're here representing the Caribbean Institute of Chartered Accountants, but representing the local arm this morning is Mr. Jamari Hippolyte. He is the Public Relations Officer. Mr. Hyacinth Jeremiah, he's the President, and of course, Mr. Aaron Logie, he is the Vice President. And it's a week of activities, right? The Caribbean Institute of Chartered Accountants, they're celebrating a week of activities, and they're here to enlighten us on it. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Let's try that over again. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, sir.
I just got my background vocals for next year's competition. All right, good, lovely. All right. As I said, three heavy rollers in the studio. Accounts is serious business. Tell us what is the Institute of Chartered Accountants all about?
All right. Okay, morning, Mr. Joseph, and again, morning to your listeners and viewers. Before we get into everything about the Chartered Accountants, I want to land as to why we are here this morning primarily. Every year in November, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Eastern Caribbean, we have Accountants Week to highlight the importance that accountants play not only in the private sector, but in the public sector and the wider community as well. So we are hosting a week of activities around accounting for our members. It started yesterday, where the first thing to do is always give thanks to the Creator of all good things. So yesterday we started with a church service yesterday for our members and their families, along with a brunch for the families as well. Today we are engaging with the media, updating us to what accountants do, to the question you ask, what the institute do. So that's today. On Wednesday and Thursday, we're having a business conference for our members, where we'll be discussing the evolving role of finance professional. And just to backtrack, the theme of this week is the evolving role of finance professionals. The direction finance professionals need to go and ought to go to stay updated, to deal with the challenges that we face in this modern day world. So that's the theme of this week. So on Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be having that business conference. On Friday, we'll be having a live webinar, again around ESG, that initiative. The President will speak a bit more on that later on. On Friday, we'll be partnering with Grenada Solid Waste Authority to have an ESG drive. We'll be doing plastic recycling, and again, that we'll speak more about that later on as well. So to get back to your question directly about the institute and what we do, and just to give some more context, I would like to invite our Vice President, Mr. Logie, to touch base on that as well.
Please.
That's okay.
Okay, well, morning, listening audience. Morning, Mr. Joseph. So we are the local branch of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Eastern Caribbean. Our primary role is to govern, in terms of, as a governed entity, the work of local accountants. So we have auditors, we have accountants in practice, and there are certain principles, certain standards, certain rules that will govern the functioning, the practice of accounting in Grenada. So that's our primary responsibility or role as a local body.
Now, I want to get to the rudiments of it. What does accountant do?
Generally, people look at accountants as number crunchers and be in the back room and preparing the financial statements and so on. Right now,
lock up in a room,
right.
The geek.
Right now, it has changed, and that's why we use the evolving role of the accountant. Right now, we are advisors, we are parliamentarian, we are strategists, we are leaders, because with technology and how the world is changing, our role has changed. AI is doing a lot of the backroom operation, and we know how to come at the forefront and do them things that our community would need, our nation would need, and really produce.
Okay.
For our country.
Okay, so in essence, moving from behind the scenes, accountants have now taken a frontal role.
That's correct.
As I have a group CFO, a good colleague that he like to phrase it that accountants are co-pilots now. We're not in the back of the plane, we're not in the middle of the plane, but we're in front of the plane. With the CEOs, with the MDs, with the GMs. That's the role accountants play in terms of driving the business. Co-pilot, giving advice on strategy, governance, and guide the business forward to growth.
So, having said that, how critically important is it for any business, any meaningful business that intends to grow? How important is it to have an accountant? What does the accountant do for that business?
Well, that is good.
Well, I mean, a critical part of any business is finances. To start a business, you got to finance it.
Well, Ariza was just here, so they usually provide financing.
Well, I mean, I'm from core bank, so I mean, I will not be left behind. So the starting point of most business is the financing, and as an entrepreneur, you have a business idea. One of the first thing you want to do is to sit down with an accountant to come up with your business plan. And your business plan basically is a roadmap of how to succeed in that business. And that's from day one, where the role of an accountant or a finance professional, as we may often refer to, start. So that blueprint in terms of how you navigate, the business world in terms of your business plan. And oftentimes that business plan is used to secure financing. So you see, it starts now with a finance professional input.
Right. And then even looking at it from the standpoint that you want to start a business, you might say an accountant, man, that's too expensive. But you might be shocked. You might then pay an accountant $100,000, let's say, a year. At the end of it, he will help you on $1 million.
$100 million.
100 million. Yeah. So the role of an accountant in a business is extremely important. It's like team hat in your body.
Yeah.
Without a hat, you won't survive.
Yeah. Because in that case, even from the initial stages of the business, the formative stages, right? The accountant would be able to identify to you as the entrepreneur how much funding you need and how do you split the funding, what goes for stock, what goes for working capital and so forth. So it's an advisory position.
So that's a start, but as the business continues, you have daily management of finance, liquidity, ongoing issues, in terms of your financier, your bank, your budgeting, raising additional capital. So there's a whole lot, that, as Max said, the co-pilot. Mm-hmm. You're there to support your managing director, your CEO, in terms of making the strategic decisions that will guide a business going forward.
Okay.
And just to add, there's a lot of small business owners, particularly in Grenada, that may not afford a full-time accountant. There are firms, that provide some support, because that is equally important. Just not to bore you with a story. There was a gentleman the last time that wanted to start a business, right? And I asked him, he told me his price. I asked him, I said, how did you come about the price? And he said, Tom Jones down the street charging 100, so if I charge at 90, I should be able to take Tom Jones business, and theoretical name. But I say your business setup is different than Tom Jones. And then how do you know for sure that Tom Jones price point is the right price point to begin with? So does that whole setup and that advice to say, okay, hey, look at your business, look at your costs, look at your setup to make sure your pricing to begin with is at the right place. And as you go along in terms of cash flow and profitability, because you have a lot of businesses in Grenada, and in the Caribbean that confuse cash flow with profits. That because you're collecting cash and cash is coming in means that you're profitable. So that distinction and that advice from accountants and finance professionals is very important to guide at your payables versus your receivables and all of that and all of that.
So is it safe to say that quite a number of small and medium-sized businesses in Grenada fail because they're whooping?
Well, I wouldn't say whooping.
They're whooping because the scenario that you just gave there is whoop.
Yeah, they have a lot of, they may have a lot of knowledge in a particular matter. Be passionate, maybe a wonderful chef, but being a wonderful chef doesn't make you a strong business owner. Yeah. So that advice is crucial. You may be a good entertainer, you may be a good whatever it is, but that finance support is very important to make sure that the sustainability of your business, and your business is.
And if I may come in here, what Max is saying is extremely important. But accounting has gone so far to the point where we are onto the sustainable goals of the UN in terms of ESG. As an auditor,
ESG?
Right, ESG speaks about the environment, social responsibility, and the way you govern your business.
Okay.
So, and there are international standards that businesses has to follow. Then smaller businesses don't really see it as important because the cost of implementing it is very expensive. And that's why on Friday we are having a webinar to explain to small businesses that ESG and profitability goes hand in hand. At the end of the day, we must get there. You see electric vehicles, we see what happening with climate change. And we accountants are given the responsibility to look and oversee that small businesses, large businesses, everybody are in line with the sustainable development goals.
So in addition to that webinar we have on Friday, on Saturday we are partnering with Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, where our members will be at the recycling plant in Queen's Park, where they do the separation of the plastics and whatnot. So that's an appeal for all our members, anyone listening who want to partner with us, because we want to demonstrate as accountant, we are not again just in the office, but we want to demonstrate our commitment to the environment by partnering with the solid waste in what they do at the recycling center in National Stadium.
And that's very critical, because it shows that accountants are not abstract individuals anymore. You're part and parcel of the whole developmental drive. That's Grenada's arm. Now, from a regional, the Caribbean Institute of Chartered Accountants, what does that body do?
So, in Grenada, we are a branch, we are a subset of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Eastern Caribbean. But then there is a parent body above us, which is the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Caribbean, where you have the Institute of EC, you have Barbados, Trinidad, Jamaica, Guyana, Suriname, I think, Bahamas.
Belize.
Where we all form part of the Caribbean body. And then we fall under now. We have some international bodies that we fall under. So the Institute Chartered IFAC, the Federation of International Federation of Accountants. We have membership in that international body, which is based in New York.
Okay. All right.
But what we want to say is that in Grenada, and we talk about accountants, and sometimes we use the word loosely. And Max is talking about the advice that we give, and it's a word of caution to the general public. So there's an act in Grenada, and Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Eastern Caribbean, and all accountants who are properly qualified and experienced, are members of that local body, and they are entitled to be called, properly speaking, accountants, because we know that a lot of people go around, call themselves accountants, and so they offer their service. So when you're at the John public, utilize, you want a service of an accountant, you have to ensure that you're speaking to a properly qualified accountant. You don't go by any quack as a doctor who is not. First, you go to a doctor, you look for he's in the office.
He's right up.
Yeah. Because you don't take chance with your health. And likewise, if you're a small business, you shouldn't take chance by, with your finances, because that could mean the break. That could cause, success or failure of your business if you do not get proper advice. So my caution, as we explain who we are, we are a proper professional body, licensed to practice our trade in Grenada. And yes, there are some people who might refer to themselves, but do not meet all the requirement, qualification-wise, experience-wise, who may offer the service. And you have to be on guard when you're looking for an accountant to provide proper financial advice as to how you manage, how you conduct your business.
Let me ask this, right, to members of my audience out there who are listening. Is there a sort of threshold that you would say if your business has that scope, that threshold of financial operations, let's say $50,000 and above or so, that you would really see it necessary, absolutely necessary, to engage an accountant?
So you can make a distinction between a bookkeeper, who a lot of people could do bookkeeping. That's basically, a lot of the software around the place, they could use it, basically recording. But accountant is beyond just bookkeeping. Accountants provide financial advice. They look at your business, they understand, the pitfalls, and could guide you, in terms of communicating, proper financial information, which is beyond what a regular bookkeeper can do. So there's no threshold per se. So I'm saying that you can make distinction between a bookkeeper, but if you really want to get serious, proper financial advice, you need to get a proper qualified licensed person to do so.
I would say that if you are planning to have a business or start a business, it's almost sure that you will survive if you have an accountant, because he will guide you. A properly qualified accountant. Okay. He will guide you through the process, and he will see ahead what is coming to you, and he can advise you which route to take, if you are going to succeed, if you are going to fail. So instead of blindly going into a place where you don't even know, he can stop and protect you.
It ties back to what you all said initially, that the accountants have now become advisors and so forth, because I might have a business idea, and I on my own I'll do it and realize that I'm spinning top in mud. Whereas if I had consulted an accountant, he would say that is not making sense.
Exactly.
Nip it at the bud. Okay, gentlemen, we've exhausted the time. Anything you want? Yeah, the 18 minutes gone already. Can you imagine that? and you'll just get started.
And we are not charging you for that, so you can go more.
This is on the host. It's on the host.
Free advice.
On a serious note, just before we go, I would like that approach. All right, I'd like accountants to be more media friendly, to sensitize, not to come and give your work pro bono, but to sensitize the public, because it could make a difference. We have a lot of industrial-minded people who have brilliant ideas.
That's correct.
And ever so often we see some of those brilliant ideas fall by the wayside.
That's
simply because they lack the guidance. They're thinking they're independent and I can do it, and brilliant ideas go to waste.
That's correct. Totally.
Yeah, we have seen that a lot in terms of people get into business, taking major loans, and then they're struggling down the line. If they had that sort of advice upfront, upfront, and not just upfront, but during the whole process, because sometimes they may see accountant as an expense. But what's the cost of business failure? It's more, because sometimes you give up your house, all your assets, you secure for a loan. So it's worth the while that, get. And if you cannot afford a full-time accountant in your business, there are people who avail themselves on a part-time basis that could function, in a consultative capacity. So, it's too critical when you make investment decision, serious money putting out there, to make sure you get proper advice along the way.
The final question I'm going to ask, well, you know what? We've already gone 3 minutes into the BBC. A gentleman met me on Saturday, I think it was, and he said, Innocent, good morning. He's in the curriculum department in the Ministry of Education. Good morning, sir. I promise I'm going to make it up. He says, the BBC at 8 o'clock. But a conversation like this that we're having, to cut it here for the BBC. And the BBC is a repetitive something, so we'll make up for that. Let me ask this. Can someone listening out there who has that idea, can they say, okay, I want to get an accountant's perspective on my business, the input in the formative stage, all right, and the accountant would charge accordingly for just that?
Well, let me come on. Usually when people come to me personally and tell me that they have a business idea, I get excited.
Okay.
Because it's about the development of Grenada. The most small businesses it have in the country is the more prosperous the country will be. It will be, because if you look worldwide, over 90% of the business are SMEs, and that's a fact.
Okay.
All right. So when they come to me, I get excited. I look at them, I look at what they have, their ability, and I scale it according to what you're doing. And my thing is that you cannot fail. Failure is not an option.
Yeah.
And if the idea that you're bringing to me, it doesn't make sense, I will tell you straight up, it doesn't make sense. You will succeed. Right, try something else.
Right? The current model, if you go about it this particular way, you will not get the right results.
So maybe you would advise him to remodel and rethink and everything.
Right.
Okay. Now, we're hearing a lot of talk about local production and so forth, especially food security. Now, I love, Aaron would attest to that, Mr. Lex McBain and Nico, they had us under a very good agriculture, livestock production thing in McDonald College. Remember when we used to go down on the farm, Aaron? So I have a passion for pigs and poultry. Do you see accounting? Because we're talking, when we look at our national import bill for meat, and I am firm of the belief that we can be self-sufficient in all our meat. Do you think that accounting advice can assist local farmers to reach us to a place? Because one of the problems that we face is that, I'm into pigs and poultry. One of the problems that we face is that the cost of feed, and then we have imported meat being able to be sold cheaper. So how do we can accountants assist us in navigating that?
Well, what I would say is that, and as a broader perspective that an accountant can bring, and it's not just advising the individual business, but I think Hyson says, we have accountants in government, not just accountants private sector, you have the Ministry of Finance, there'll be accountants there. And so the advice is that where we play a role is that when you look at, say, the cost structure of a local production in terms of a farmer, and you look at, the cost of input, and then you look at our fiscal policy, you have to determine, or the advice we can give is that, hey, you probably have to look at it. It's a multi-pronged approach in terms of not just the individual farmer and his cost structure, but with the government and what is your fiscal policy as it relates to food security. Food security. What sort of taxation policy that you could implement, whether it is in terms of importation of certain things or the break that you'll give to your local farmer to make the cost of production lower. But to get the cost of production, you must understand the financials of what it takes to bring that to the market. And is it adding up? Is it making sense? And then what can you do, be it the individual farmer or the government, to assist the farmers in terms of making it financially feasible to produce locally.
Reduce production costs and stuff like that.
So that's the advisory capacity, looking at it in a broader perspective and not just for the individual business.
Okay. And I just add this here, right? To any of your viewers or listeners that's considering a field, the young, you're upcoming, whatever it is. That's one of the reasons why I recommend accounting to anyone. Because in terms of that accounting, it doesn't limit you to a particular sector, right? You could support the agriculture sector, you could support entertaining, you could be in hospitality, you could be an accountant for a hospital, you could be an accountant for where it is, right? So it doesn't limit you per se to a particular sector. And as Aaron pointed out, that advisory, you look at your business to see, okay, hey, what's hindering you? Is it the import duties on feed is a particular thing? And if it's impacting one farmer, it's impacting everybody else. And again, that's where corporations and these unions come out farming. So you take that note to the government, you take that to the policy makers to try to drive and say, hey, directionally food security is impacting Grenada or whatever your champion is, and this is what hindering the farmers. Could you give us some concessions here? Could you relook this policy? Is it that the policy is dated since 19 Timbuktu? Yeah, we need to relook this. Things have changed. Supply chain has changed. We're in 2025. And have that conversation for a particular sector. That's important as well.
You all need to be more frontal in the media, and I would ensure that happens.
Well, that's our plan, and that's why we have a man here who we call. That is definitely our goal. And as president, I think we need to get out there, even in the schools and in the associations.
General financial literacy.
And get the nation, because if you understand finances, obviously our economy will grow. There is no chance about it. Of course, we want to collaborate with the Inland Revenue Department. We want to collaborate with all the AML commissions and so on, because of course we need them order in the whole scheme of things. Okay. So collaboration is where we will.
Do you all have a physical office that someone listening now and would like to connect with you all, say they can call the office of Chartered Accountants, Grenada?
We don't have a physical office, but there is a number that you can call. We have
email that you can reach out to.
Yeah, we have
so our email is ICAEC Grenada branch.
Say that again.
Okay, so we'll send it to you. So you can post it.
Please.
We have a phone number and an email address that we can.
But our goal for this coming year is definitely to have a physical office with probably 1 or 2 staff where we can serve our members, of course, and the public in general.
It's important. There is a wave in Grenada now. People you're feeling it, Aaron? There's a wave. People want to do things. Almost every corner you turn now, somebody's trying their hand at something, whether it's barbecue or selling sauce on the side of the road or cane juice, but they will fail except they have the right advice and strategies implemented. So it's important. You all really have to be more frontal.
And not just that, if you go into a business, you don't want to remain the same way every day. You want to expand. You want to have branches. I mean, I heard the joke ones that even TM Pegas having branches in all the parishes. If they have
the
TM Pegas, like
beggars.
I don't want to call them vagrants, but they having branches in all the parishes. I mean, if they have that understanding. Well, who are the people?
I like this.
Yeah.
They might start giving you business cards now. Gentlemen, thank you very much for sharing with us. The time was well spent. It's been very informative, and we look forward to more future engagements on a more frequent basis. Let the public know what accountants do and how they can impact their business and their lives by extension. Because if an accountant could make your home a better home, eh?
Right.
Yeah, money management and everything like that. Yeah. So thank you, gentlemen, and hope we'll meet again in the not too distant future.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us. And good to be here.
I think it was a couple minutes well spent.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Folks, that's it for the conversation this morning, and we look forward to another conversation if the good Lord spare our lives, and we can do this again tomorrow. Until then, that's it for the conversation. Bye-bye.